What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Eric from the Beemer Fam. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Whole bunch of content coming, whole bunch of BMWs on the channel as far as ours go, other people's as well. If you want to get featured on the channel, hit me on DM at Beemer Fam. As you can see, I got the couple GoPros in my hand. We're about to do a quick review on my boy Alec's M4. Damn, you got me looking like a sorbet ice cream or something like that. But yeah, we're about to do a quick review on the car, show you guys what it's like to live with the car and everything like that. Let me step out here a little bit. Lighting's off. Got me looking like a damn popsicle. But yeah, I mean, as you guys can see, this thing looks sick sitting there in the garage. In my opinion, it's one of BMW's best M cars out on the market, especially newer models. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. With us once again. We're riding in his Black Panther M4, and we're just gonna go through the car, go for a drive, and tell you guys more about what it's like to drive with a 2018 M4. So let's bust right into it. Obviously this car is not stock, so you know what's all done to it.
There are a couple things done to it, both I guess cosmetically and performance wise. So first off, I have a stage 1 tune from VF Engineering. They're based in California, but I mean they can send you a file. You can flash your car pretty much from wherever. And then secondly, from BMW, I have the M Performance height adjustable springs. Just because I don't know if you guys are pretty familiar with this car, but stock there's a lot of wheel gap and it really doesn't look too good. So kind of just to get the ride height down, I got those. And additionally, I have an AWE switch path non-resonated exhaust. The S55 engine doesn't sound the best in my opinion. Even owning this car, I'd say it's one of the faults, but you know, this is helping it out and it's really loud. I kind of like it. Okay. Then outside of that, most of it's just like a lot of added carbon to the car, both on the interior and exterior, which I thought looked pretty good.
What is like the number one thing this car needed? Like when it was stock? Oh. Like when you got the car, what was like the first thing you thought was necessary for this car?
I got the exhaust pretty early on because I didn't like the exhaust note that much. And I'd say I'm really happy, like I said, getting those M Performance height adjustable springs, just because the wheel gap on this car is crazy. I like the stance of an SUV stock. Other than that, I think just the M Performance spoiler in the back really, you know, enhances the shape of the car. So I'm really happy with that. Also, my buddy actually got me that for my birthday, so no complaints. Then the matching M Performance rear diffuser is pretty cool too, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I mean the carbon looks really good on this car, especially with the black. I mean, obviously there's not too much contrast going on, but I feel like it complements each other.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of tough to buy a lot of carbon for a black car because, you know, it's kind of tough to see from a distance, but with a lot of these M Performance parts, for instance, the rear diffuser, there are 3 fins in the middle, so it's, you know, changing the shape of the car. I'm sure when you do a walk around, if you look at the M Performance spoiler on the, you know, the deck lid there, it really just enhances the shape. So, I mean, maybe the carbon's kind of hard to see from a distance, but it still definitely changes the character of the car. Sure. That's another cool thing is I ended up grabbing these aftermarket paddles for the steering wheel. They're from Auto Technic. You know, full carbon fiber. I think it's a 1x1 weave. So that's the same as the roof of the car. I think they're like $350, but I'd still say it's money well spent since I'm pretty much drive with the paddles, you know, all the time, every day. So, yeah, you know, got great use out of it.
Is there anything else you did on the interior? Like, is this stock right here?
No, so yeah, the shift knob, I ended up going with the M Performance carbon one as well as the e-brake. They do have a matching I guess you'd call this armrest in the middle,
Mhm.
but it's Alcantara, and like I daily drive this car, rain or snow. So I mean, I didn't want that getting wet and ruined, so didn't really go for that. Additionally, the door handles are also M Performance. So pretty much all the carbon on this car, besides the paddles, which BMW doesn't make, is OEM. With that Stage 1 tune from BF Engineering, you get GTS rather, transmission, steering, GTS burbles. I didn't really dyno the car. I think they claim about 70 to 80 horse, about 100 pound-feet of torque, but you can certainly feel the difference. But I'm definitely interested in getting the car dynoed, and then I think the next step might be to go catless, throw the resonators back on the car, go to the Stage 2 tune, just really, see what that does for me.
Yeah, so it's probably pushing around 500. Right?
Yeah, a little less.
A little less, but somewhere in that area.
I mean, the burbles are cool. Sometimes they sound maybe almost a little fake just because they're so long, but I think overall it was a good investment. I mean,
most definitely. I mean, if you like a chaotic, present.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to turn some heads, good ways and bad ways, this is how you probably do it with this car.
Definitely.
But I think another popular tuning option is boot mod or boot mode 3, whatever it's called, from Pro Tuning Freaks. That's what our buddy Dan, who just set the stock turbo manual quarter mile time, the world record, has.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that video, make sure you check that out. Link in bio.
I mean, I'm just looking for something where I can put 93 pump gas in my car, runs well, no issues. And I mean, I've had the tune now for probably a solid like 8,000 miles on my car, no complaints. So.
Yeah, and I mean, he's telling me a lot about reliability. And it's been great, right?
What, on the M4 in general?
Yeah, as a daily car?
Yeah, so I picked up this car last July, and I really haven't had a single issue with it. So
it's amazing.
No complaints. BMW did a great job. I can touch on a couple of negatives of the car. So I already kind of talked about the exhaust, which isn't, maybe everyone's favorite, but in addition to that and the wheel gap, I'd say the other flaws of this car, just, little things.
Yeah,
like this armrest. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera.
I'll put a clip in.
The fact that it slides back and forth really doesn't do much for you besides annoy you when you're resting your arm, and it literally will slide when you don't want it to. First gear is really short in the car, which I guess is kind of handy, but sometimes the car might buckle a little bit if you have a dual clutch car, which, as you drive it more, you'll get used to. Like, it doesn't really happen to me anymore, but for instance, maybe someone who's not used to this car, it might happen to, so it's just another thing.
Do you think it's worth the price for the car, especially everything else that's on the market? C63S.
And the RS5 probably, those are the two
RS5.
main competitors.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I think BMW is the sportiest. I was honestly deciding between the three cars. The RS5 wasn't out yet, and I didn't want to wait. I didn't want the old 2016 one, even though it was naturally aspirated, which I loved. So it was really between this and the C63S. And the C63S is it's definitely more luxurious, but it's heavy. For the coupe, it has that rounded back, which wasn't really my favorite, so I didn't really go for that. And I like the iDrive on BMW. I like the actual drive, lighter car. I think the steering's more responsive. So then, when it was all said and done, I kind of ended up, going with M4. So, I always talked about maybe wrapping it. So it's just one thing that's always, on my mind. But then when I keep looking back at the car after it's clean, I fall back in love with black every time.
It's crazy. I mean, you guys see how clean it looks, even when it's dirty.
Yeah, it's really dirty right now. I mean, it just gets driven so much.
Yeah.
But also another thing, I guess, to point out, this car, I think stock comes on Michelin Pilot Super Sports. This car will not hook with Michelin Pilot Super Sports on the OEM size. For non-comp, 255 in the front, 275 in the back, comp 265, 285. It's just not enough. I'm running Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. I think it's a newer tire than the Super Sport. It's better in the rain, has better grip when I'm doing pulls, just better overall. And I end up going 295 in the back and 265 in the front. And been super happy with, and I'm actually going to the track next weekend, so I'll put it to the test and see if it was worth it.
Definitely, man. I mean, this thing stays planted. We've been hitting high-speed corners, and it's just, I mean, it's one of the best handling cars out. There's no
especially in
doubt about
its
that.
segment, you know.
There you guys have it. You know, that's a more in-depth review on this car. We've had this car on the channel a few times, so hopefully this showcase some parts about the M4, good and bad, that maybe some of you guys are on the market looking for one. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for today's video. Make sure you subscribe, drop a like, and then we're probably gonna do your father's cars as well, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, make sure you definitely subscribe for those cars, 458, and Huracan, Performante. So yeah, this has been your boy Eric from the Beemer Fam and Alec. See you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.